We chat to KABELO and Poppy, who started a business in lockdown. But let's hear all about their incredible story from the horse's mouth. Welcome to the Loft, guys.
Hi, hello everybody. Thank you for having us.
What has now turned into some serious business all started out as a fun cooking competition amongst your friends. Please may you tell me about this?
So when the lockdown started, our friends who live on the 4th floor of our building, they came up with the idea that we should have a cooking competition. Seeing that KABELO cooks as a pastime activity and they also enjoy cooking. So then the challenge was that we each come up with a 3-course menu, and on the days that are designated, we will cook and drop off the food at each other's doors. So KABELO was the first contestant, and on that day, he made these delicious chocolate chip cookies. I'd never really enjoyed chocolate chip cookies. I never really cared much about them, but when I had them, I was blown away, and I said to him, these are so good, you should actually think about selling them. And the competition then took place on the day of his hosting. Our friends also said, dude, these biscuits are so good. And then I asked them, like, don't you think you should sell them?
Wow.
And they were like, of course, it only makes sense. And that's literally where it all started. We then went downstairs to the convenience shop that's owned by a gentleman called Muhammad Ali. And he was kind enough to allow us to sell, he was kind enough to have us sell the cookies from his shop without charging us for shelf space.
Wow.
or any kind of markup. And they literally flew, and we literally took it from there on to my workplace, and people have been loving them since.
What an incredible story. And I'm loving the fact that you've got someone who is a champion boxer, kind of championing the king in the kitchen, which is KABELO. Now I also have to find out who was the brains behind this incredible name, Daddy Bay's Kitchen.
Moi. So I can't call KABELO husband because we're engaged. So I always used to refer to him as Daddy Bay, and it only made sense that we spoke about Daddy Bay's Kitchen because that's his space.
Yeah.
And when we were thinking of a name for a business, Daddy Bay's Kitchen literally came as second nature.
I believe that you guys make 500 cookies a day, and you now deliver to most of Johannesburg, Pretoria, and your hometown of Kimberley. So please tell us about your day, and what is the turnaround on deliveries, and how are you able to deliver in Kimberley?
Well, what usually happens is that I will wake up early, depending on the amount of orders. Yes, we do bake between about 200 and 500 cookies, depending on the number of orders. But because we bake to order, we bake everything fresh. So if there aren't any orders, we don't bake. Nothing sits in the house or sits in storage. Everything is absolutely fresh. We take orders during the week and then deliver on weekends. So generally what we do is that between Monday and Thursday, people would use the WhatsApp line, let us know how many cookies they want, if they want the jars or whatever.
And then they just kind
Thursday
of
and Friday is just non-stop baking. And we literally deliver on Saturdays and Sundays.
You've been together for 6 years, and like many others have faced challenges. What advice would you give to others who are looking to start a new business and also who have a thriving family?
Your routine. I cannot begin to express how important routine is, and having a schedule and sticking to that schedule, because, as much as I am at home, I'm also working from home. So I find myself sitting until 2-3 o'clock in the morning doing work like I was last night. But it has to be done because I'm committed to my job as much as I'm committed to the business. There's so many things that happen in a day. There's so many orders that we would get. Some people would want the orders immediately. Some would want them for the next day, and you haven't baked or you haven't mixed. So we always have to make time for that. But also it's very important that we make time for ourselves as a couple and as a family. Our child is hyper and he demands attention whether we want it or not. He makes his personality and his presence known.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I love the fact that we are using these not as challenges but as things that we can overcome. You know, I love that fact. Now, before we let go of you two, we have to also reach out to the entrepreneurs in South Africa and give them a word of encouragement, whether it is the Muhammad Alis who are running those small corner shops, or whether it is huge people who are pushing out product, like we have now found yourselves, over 500 cookies. What words of encouragement do you have?
Well, I would say whatever idea you have, whatever passion that is that you're looking to get into, just do it. It sounds very simple, but wake up and decide if you want to do it or not. And if you do it. The worst you can get is a no.
Yeah. It's just that easy. Okay, thank you so much, Poppy and Kabelo, for not only taking time out of your kitchen, but also away from your loved ones. We know the 2-year-old is crying there in the background. We appreciate it. Go show them some more love as you've done with us. Bye.
Bye.
You can achieve great things if you just believe in yourself. If you are interested in placing an order, please give Daddy Bay a follow.